I'm very happy this worked. This is sort of awesome. And now we're hitting all these 1 times infinities. But that's only because the stopwatch is on cooldown and we're hitting pegs. But as soon as it comes off cooldown, there we go. Infinity times infinity. Hey everybody, this is OK Day here, back with another infinite Ballionaire combo. Today's is actually quite a special treat because I'm going to do something I have not seen anyone do in any way yet in this game. And that is, I'm going to achieve infinity times infinity money. So this might sound redundant, like infinity times infinity is infinity in several senses. But what I'm talking about is if you earn infinite money, let's just say you are using the cheese and say you have like an infinite multiplier or something, then whenever you bonk the cheese, you're gonna earn 200 times infinity dollars. So there are two parts. There's like the base amount of money given to you by the item you bonk, and then the multiplier. And so it'll be 200 times infinity. And of course that'll be infinite, but it'll only be a finite amount of infinite. Okay, I'm not making any sense here, but just bear with me. You'll see what I mean. So the reason I can do this is because I came up with a really awesome infinite generator yesterday or the day before, and I've already made a video using it. And we can just sort of use that to creatively, oh, why won't that go? Okay, there we go. We can use that in a creative way to actually get ourselves a bonkable with an infinite base amount that you get from bonking it, plus an infinite multiplier. Now, as far as I know, a triple infinity is not possible because never do you see three numbers being multiplied on screen. It's always like two numbers, like, you know, a base amount like $400 times 10. If you have something that bonks for 400 but a multiplier of 10, there's never three numbers next to each other. And so I don't think it's possible to actually do any better than infinity times infinity. So that's what we're going for. So here is the basic generator that I discovered a few days ago. And just so you understand how this works, this campfire is going to drop a single fireball, which is going to power the kiln, which is going to transfer that power to, first of all, these refrigerators, but also these outlets. And then the fireball is going to hit the blue book, which is going to teleport it and whatever other balls there are back to their spawning locations. So this is just going to go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. The reason it's going to go on forever is because we keep recharging the fridge. So this fridge is going to keep the kiln charged, meaning it's not going to have cooldown. And this fridge is going to keep the book charged, so this book is not going to have a cooldown. And then these two outlets are going to power the rest of this whole thing we're building. And so there's several ways we could do this, but I'm thinking let's go ahead and I guess we could use a stopwatch. No, that's sort of messy. It would work, any of these would work, but the stopwatch makes a variable amount of money depending on how long it's been since you bonked it, and it's just a little annoying when we're trying to keep track of when we hit infinity times infinity. Let's use a museum instead, because that earns a lot of money. And I don't really care about the cooldown because we're going to have a fridge next to it. Okay. And we're going to have another gate. We want it facing the other way. So let's get the gates facing backwards, put that there, and then face everything back the other way again. And let's put some greenhouses to make the museum make more money. So where are we at in greenhouses? In fact, I don't even need the switch gate, really. Should I just get rid of that? Because what do we want, really? That and that would be fine. Yeah, this is fine. Let's not get too complicated. This should work. So let's put some greenhouses here. They're just not going to charge up that fast, but that's kind of okay. We're going to leave this going. Bunch of outlets. And sure, one there, even though we don't need that there. And finally, a rainbow is going to make this whole thing work. So our ball here is going to come down. It's going to grab a rainbow. And you can grab rainbows over and over and over again as long as the cooldown, as long as there's no cooldown, which the fridge will take care of. Okay, so every time the fireball causes us to respawn everything back to where it started, this is going to pick up another rainbow. And so once this has, let's say we've picked up 50 rainbows, the multiplier is 2 to the 50th power. Okay, so this is the multiplier is going to grow a lot. Okay, this is the multiplier on the ball itself. But we're also going to have a huge multiplier growing on the museum because every time we send some power into the outlets, each of these outlets sends power into one of the greenhouses, at least these 5 that are adjacent to a greenhouse. This last one here won't help the greenhouse at all, but it'll help the fridge, not that it really needs the extra help. So this already should be enough to get us to infinity times infinity, but just to speed it up a little bit more, there is an upgrade here. I always forget which one, which makes it so that when you hit something in the top row, you actually hit it twice. And that would just mean that every time we bonk the rainbow, we pick up 2 rainbows. So that'll just speed that along that much more. Where is it? I should do something fun with the scary mask in one of these runs. I should do this too. This would be pretty good. Wow, this could be good with the food, like the frying pan, because you're constantly destroying triggers. The reason I never do these runs with the gemstones is because their usefulness is sort of set in stone before you drop the ball. Like if you have 20 stacks of amethyst, then you can't get more than that during the run. But maybe you could actually. Okay, so that's sort of interesting. Maybe I'll try smokestack on a future run as well. But where is this also? Like if I'm carrying, 100 rainbows. Why am I holding a shredder? Wait, that's not a shredder, that's a... Yeah, what's the paper shredder? So a lot of these could speed things along. I'm not picking them up just because I don't need them. Oh, here we are. I have abundance. This is the one I want. So as you saw, a lot of these could make my life easier. Like when a ball causes money to be earned, it has a bigger multiplier. That's just an additive multiplier. So if you think about it, at some point I might be carrying like 500 rainbows, which would give me a 50 times multiplier. But that's the equivalent of holding like an additional 6 rainbows, if you think about it. Right, so, and how long does it take me to pick up 6 rainbows? Like 3 seconds? So the entire utility of this fanny pack is that it gets me to my goal a few seconds earlier. So it's really not worth it. But anyway, I think this is all. I think this will work. So once again, we drop the ball. It's going to pick up the rainbow. And I'm thinking it should go far enough to hit the museum before we have to respawn everything. At least I'm hoping, or else I'll have to come up with a new build that's similar but slightly different. Okay, with all that said, let's see if this works. Okay, this is bad. So I'm not hitting the museum. Well, actually I did hit the museum. Okay, so I'm not going to hit the museum every time. That's fine. I'll hit it enough. And so yeah, our money, whenever I don't hit the museum, it just sort of stays. And then when I do hit it, I gain several digits. Okay, let's go ahead and double speed this. And I'll come back in a little while and see if we've hit infinity times infinity. Huh. This is hitting the same issue as before. I'm getting 1600 times infinity. I'm not going to give up yet, though. I think this is possible. It's now occurring to me that the stopwatch might have worked, ironically enough. So let's go ahead and try this again. Alright, so we need our little infinite combo down here. Okay, so there's the combo. We want the rainbow up top, and what was the upgrade? It was the Eye of Abundance. Yes. And stopwatch, I think, will work, because if we look at the wording of it, yes. Okay, here is what I think will happen. The amount that's accumulated inside the stopwatch will be affected by the bonuses from the greenhouse, right? And so we used the museum last time, and we ended up with like 1600 times infinity or 3200 times infinity. Yeah, 1600 times infinity. Because that was its base value, and the base value does not increase at all. That was just my mistake. But the stopwatch, the base value increases, I think, if the amount that we gain is affected by the greenhouses. I'm sort of talking in circles here. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense to y'all. But anyway, this is what I think. So let's go ahead and put a fridge here so that we can get infinite rainbows. I mean, we could get infinite rainbows either way, but it would take 10 seconds for each pair. So this is better. And then a bunch of outlets. So we'll never run out of power there. This will charge slower. It's 1, 2... It's still going to be pretty quick, though. I think that these multipliers should go up pretty quickly. 1.1, 2... This is each, right? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.1 to the 8th. So this will be slightly slower than the rainbows, but within the same like order of magnitude time-wise. I mean, they're both exponential. And I could, of course, just duplicate this combo. In fact, let's do that to make this quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and not the whole combo because I don't need to. I'm going to go ahead and give myself a bunch more books so that we can bring a lot of balls back to life. And I'm going to put a few campfires like here, here, here. These are going to hit some kilns. Here, 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 and here. These kilns, I want them to be adjacent to fridges and outlets, but the way I have it, it's going to be sort of inefficient. I mean, that's not the worst over here. This one's hitting 3 outlets. Actually, 5. Okay, yeah, we're fine there. I forgot adjacency goes that far. This is just to speed up the amount of charges that we get so that we can speed the greenhouses up. With that, the greenhouse should be quicker than the rainbow, actually. And so the rainbow will be the thing slowing us down. I think this should work. We're going to find out right away. I'm looking at this number here, the $0, the accumulated amount. And what I'm really hoping is that this accumulated amount does not go up by $100 every second, but instead goes up by an ever-increasing amount every second, depending on the greenhouses. And what we really should see is if the number of dollars, if the number of digits in it, say we gain 1 digit every second, that would indicate that we're getting exponential growth. So as long as we get a constant number of digits per constant amount of time. Anyhow, I think I've talked this thing into the ground. Let's go ahead and try this and see if it works. Okay, we have 6 digits, 7 digits, 8 digits, 9 digits, 10 digits. Okay, good. So we have infinity, we're going to have infinity on the left, and we're going to have infinity on the right as well. And you see the blue multiplier is going up quite a bit quicker than the red multiplier, I believe. Awesome. So let's go ahead and leave this be. Also, this is kind of cool. When we pick up a lot of rainbows, we get this awesome like effect from having so many rainbow trails. I don't know if this was like purposely coded in or if the developer never expected someone to have this many rainbow trails, but it looks pretty awesome. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and walk out of the room, and I'll be back in a few minutes to see if we've actually hit infinity times infinity. Alright, I'm back, and I can't tell, I have 1 times infinity, which is coming from hitting a peg with an infinite multiplier, but if you look at these numbers, this one here and this one here, they're both infinite. So I should get infinity times infinity if I hit the stopwatch. So now I just need to hit the stopwatch, I think. Do I even need all the rainbows? I'm not sure that I do. Because the multiplier is infinite and the amount is infinite. I'm not sure how this works. I think I need the rainbows, yeah, to get one of the infinities. I would love it if we could hit the stopwatch, though, and confirm that this actually worked. I feel like we might have done it there. I can't tell. Might need to freeze frame it later and see. 1 times infinity, 1 times infinity. That's from hitting the pegs. Alright, just hit the stopwatch 1 time. This luck is crazy. How we keep going the same way. I wonder if that's a consequence of how the blue book works. Like if we're gonna go the same way every time. I'm watching the fireballs now and seeing if they go the same path every time. They are going right, right, left. But they're not doing the same exact thing every time. Okay, so there's some variance. I almost feel like I should just put the stopwatch up top and put the rainbow below. And leave this on for like way longer, like overnight, to get the double infinity. That way we can at least catch it in the act much quicker. You know what? I'm actually going to do that. And while I'm at it, I'll look at the footage from this run and see if I can find a freeze frame where we hit infinity times infinity. Because just watching this is way too painful. I'd rather reset the thing than just watch this. So let's try this again. Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at setting this combo up now. Up top, we are now going to put the stopwatch at the way top. And then a rainbow below it. This means we don't need the eye upgrade. Actually. Could we just do this elsewhere in the level and not use this ball? Because this one has to fall quite a distance. If we were to put a ball over here somewhere, if it went the same speed as a campfire, it would go boop, boop, and hit 2 things every time. Maybe we should try that instead. Okay, so let's put a campfire here. Let's just sort of recreate this, well, some of this picture. Let's force ourselves to go left. We're going to hit a rainbow. Yes, this should work. This should work. So we're going to hit a rainbow. And then we're going to hit 2 stopwatches. And at least one of them should be good. And we're going to put a fridge next to the rainbow. So that we never run out of charges there. And a bunch of these all over. I don't even care about all this. Okay, so let's think this through. Is this gonna work? And probably a cactus up top, just because I don't want to have to follow that ball forever. Okay, so over here we have the usual combo, and we have time for a fireball to go boop, boop, and hit two things. So this fireball is going to go boop, boop, and hit two things. Whether it's the rainbow and this stopwatch, or the rainbow and this stopwatch, doesn't matter. Ah, yes, I did forget something very important. I forgot the greenhouses. That's a huge deal. Okay, let's put a greenhouse here. And would this one reach? No. Would this one reach? No. We could put them sort of, put one there. And at least this power outlet would power this one. This power outlet would power that one. And we could probably fit one more. I don't know if we need this many greenhouses really, but it just sort of speeds along probably. Okay. Let's think about it. Is this any good? This side's good. This is just going to keep us teleporting back. This is going to... We're always going to have charges on this because we have a fridge here. And these multipliers are going to go way up because we have greenhouses. I think this should work. It's just going to take a bit longer than last time because we don't have double rainbows. Let's give this a shot. Okay, good. We are hitting the stopwatch, and of course it's on cooldown. I don't care. I just want to catch it in the act once. Yes. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and record that, and I'll go ahead and leave the room again. And hopefully this one will be our last one. Oh, unreal. I forgot outlets. Okay, this will not be our last one, but I'm getting quite good at setting this up, so... Okay. Okay. This is the final try. Okay, this number is staying the same, that's good. So this will be infinite. Over here, these numbers are getting bigger, those numbers are getting bigger, all the greenhouses are getting charges, and we're picking up extra rainbows. This should work. I know I said that last time, and the time before, and the time before, but this time I'm serious. And as soon as, yep, I was going to say, as soon as the stopwatch that we were hitting goes off cooldown, we were going to gain several digits, and we did precisely that. Okay, one last time, back in a few. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, it looks like we're hitting infinity times infinity. I'm very happy this worked. This is sort of awesome. And now we're hitting all these 1 times infinities. But that's only because the stopwatch is on cooldown and we're hitting pegs. But as soon as it comes off cooldown, there we go. Infinity times infinity. Interestingly though, we seem to always hit the left one. So I think when we use the blue books, we sort of get the same, or at least a very similar randomness out of all the balls, which is what we saw in the last failure, where we kept just hitting the peg head on and never hitting a stopwatch. I think it was just bad randomness being repeated over and over. Anyhow. Yeah, this is a pretty cool success. I don't know if there's any other ways to do this. Probably there would have to be something like the stopwatch that accumulates points as the round goes on. I might look into that later. Anyhow, winding down, I would like to say if you've stayed with me until the end of the video, thank you very much for doing so, and if you'd be so kind, consider leaving a like, a comment, or even subscribing. These things really help me out. This channel is quite young, and so any amount of this sort of engagement really helps with the algorithm. But even if you don't do those things, thank you very much for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.